Hello and welcome to another episode of Train Sim World 2, where I'm doing my best to drive virtual locomotives without causing major disaster. Or do I? Anyway, before we begin today's episode, I would like to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already, and use that bell to make sure you won't miss out on any content from me. I would also like to encourage you to join my Discord server, where you can interact with me and other Train Sim World fans, talk about the game in general, share some cool liveries or mods, or just chill. You can find link in description down below the video. Welcome back in another episode where I will be going through Schnellfahrstrecke Köln journey, at least during today's episode. Because starting from next episode, I would like to begin featuring trips that you guys would like to see. And I really hope that you're gonna help me choose what is gonna be our next step. So, put down in the comments down below the video which route and which particular activity you would like to see in the next episode. And I'm really happy to try and feature it as long as I own the relevant DLC. So yeah, don't be afraid to write things down in the comments down below. I really love to read them. And we will work from there. If there's nothing put in the comments, then I will choose something on my own. However, I would really like to feature trips or journeys that you guys would like to see. So yeah, I look forward to read your comments. Right, so enough of me talking. Let's jump into today's scenario, shall we? Okay, here we are. As you can see, we are going through chapter 2 of Schnellfahrstrecke Köln journey. In last episode, we were heading from Köln to Aachen in our RE9 service. And today we are going to take a trip back. So, let's begin. Okay, so here we are in our BR442 Talent 2. The weight of the train is 316 tons. We got 8 cars in the consist. And the total length is 142.8 meters. We are currently at Aachen station. So let's begin. Let's open the doors. And let's quickly set up the train. Let's change the screens. Turn on the lights. Set the reverser. Perfect. Wipers will definitely be useful. Let's turn on PZB and SIFA. There we go. And now let's wait for our passengers to load. Shouldn't take that long. Okay, we have finished boarding. And we are now almost ready to depart. We just have to wait for our departure time. The weather is really terrible, is it? That's gonna make things a little bit more difficult. We will have to take a little bit extra care while braking. Unfortunately, yeah, wet tracks are not the best conditions ever. Okay, I think we can now depart. Slightly sooner, but that extra second might come in handy. Let's confirm that signal. We can release the limiter on PZB. There we go. And let's carry on at 40 kilometers per hour until we reach a signal that confirms that we can actually go any faster. The track speed limit will go up to 100 kilometers per hour, but we should wait until we go past the next signal that actually confirms that we can proceed. So what's the next signal? We have to be prepared to stop just in case the next signal aspect is red. But it's green, so we may speed up. The entire train should be in 100 km per hour zone, so we can easily speed up to 80. We are way too close to the station to actually speed up any further. Okay, we are 600 meters away. Let's start to slow down so that we can make that stop. Okay, that should be enough braking force to actually bring us to a safe and comfortable stop. In fact, we can reduce the braking force for now. Okay, that is good enough for me. Let's unlock the doors. Let's reset the controls. And now we can wait. Okay, the passengers are boarding. We are supposed to wait at this platform for an entire minute before we close the doors. Okay, we can close the doors. And now we can actually depart. Right on time. Track speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour. So let's set our cruise control for that speed. There we go. Our next stop is Stolberg, 7.5 kilometers away from here. Let's reset SIFA. Okay, speed limit goes up to 120. And the track speed limit goes up to 140. Let's allow entire train to go past the signal. That should be far enough. Let's speed up to 120. Okay, now we should be able to speed up to 140, since the previous signal allowed us to travel at full track speed. Perfect. Reset SIFA. We are approaching the tunnel, so let's give a 3-second horn or whistle, depending on how people would like to call it. Okay. Roughly around 3 kilometers to go, and we got plenty of time to make that stop. Signal is still green. Got roughly 2 kilometers to go. Next signal is gonna be green. But since we are getting closer, let's slow down so that we can safely stop. Speed limit will drop down to 120. Okay. Got 1 kilometer to go. And 2.5 minutes to make a stop. We are way ahead of time. Set SIFA. And let's try to stop at the right spot. Okay. Good enough for me. Let's now allow passengers to board. Let's have a look outside. Yeah, okay, I slightly overshot. Just by a tiny bit. First doors are still within the platform. Unfortunately, my doors, yeah, they are not. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I really need to work on my stopping accuracy, do I? Okay, the passengers are boarding. We may now lock the doors, but we will have to wait for over a minute. Yeah, we are way ahead of schedule. So let's wait. just in case there are any late passengers that would like to board. It is still possible. In fact, I'm not sure. If I'm ahead of time, am I actually allowed to lock the doors any sooner? That's a good question to ask to somebody who is actual train driver in Germany. If it's allowed to lock the doors, or if the doors have any mechanism that would allow passengers to unlock them if we are stationary. I think in UK they have such system where the doors are locked, but there's a button that is active for the passengers to eventually open them, just in case they want to board a train that is still on the platform. Then they can just press it and the doors were unlocked. Okay. Anyway, we can carry on. We are approaching 110 km/h speed limit, so I won't be going any faster. And we have to stop in 3 kilometers anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, perfect. We are exactly at 110. And the speed limit comes into force just about now. Oops, Sifa. I always keep missing it. It happens way too frequently for me, is it? Yeah, there's still some practice that I need to make. It takes time to actually get things right. I have to admit that it's very easy to mess things up. Oh, there we go, Sifa again. Okay. We may now start to slow down. Again, we are approaching the tunnel, doing 80 km/h. Platform should be just right up ahead. That's Sifa. Oops. Okay, we are slowing down at pretty much the right rate. Okay. That's pretty much the perfect stop. We are right on time. Just look at this. Yeah, we are pretty much at halt sign, which is perfect. Very good, very good. Let's load the passengers. Just a few more seconds. Okay, let's lock the doors. Doors are locked. We are almost ready to depart. Okay. Can now actually depart. There we go. Let's set our speed to 110, which is the last speed limit that I remember. It should go up to 160 really soon. Our next stop is Langerwehe at 10:40. Let's reset SIFA. Okay, speed limit goes up to 160. Let's allow for entire train length to go past. We should be good now. So let's speed up. And hopefully we can make that stop on time. We got 4 minutes to go and about 6 kilometers to cover. So we should be alright. Let's reset SIFA. Okay, 4.5 kilometers to go. Let's get ready to slow down. At that speed, we won't have that much time to slow down. Okay, I can see some speed limit restriction. We don't have to confirm this one. Okay, let's release the brakes. Okay. Perfect. We actually a little bit overshot on the brakes, but we should be alright. And from now on we can focus on using electrodynamic brakes, which will make things slightly easier. 1.5 kilometers to go. Okay, another distance signal for 80 kilometers per hour. Let's confirm it. Let's reset SIFA. And there's actual speed limit of 80 and another distance signal. Let's confirm it. Okay, we got 1 minute before we are supposed to stop, and we are less than a kilometer away from the station, so we should easily be able to make it on time. Let's reset SIFA. At 600 meters I will introduce some brakes. Let's slow down to 60. Okay, that should be enough. Let's slow down even further. We should be able to make that stop right on time and at the right spot. Let's release the brakes for a second. that's right on time. Perfect. Okay, the passengers are boarding. Almost there. Just a few more seconds. Okay, we can now close the doors and carry on. Okay, we managed to depart right on time. Schedule is gonna get a little bit tighter from now on. We are back on the main line, so the track speed limit is back to 160. However, I'm not supposed to speed up until I reach any sort of confirmation, whether that is a sign that tells me that the speed limit is back on 160 or a signal with a correct aspect. And that's the signal right in front of us. So let's go past it. Okay, let's allow for entire train length to fit into new speed limit. So at that sign, 47.6, we should be able to speed up to 160. There we go. We got 7.5 kilometers to go. And just shy of 5 minutes. So, the Duran Stop is pretty tricky. Mostly because the speed limit will drop rapidly from 160 to 80. And obviously, it's very easy to mess up, especially when you are using PZB. Without PZB, you can make that stop pretty comfortably by just following the signals. But PZB makes things a little bit harder, because obviously you have to confirm the signals and you have to reduce your speed at a correct rate. And if you fail to do so, you will end up stopping a little bit too soon because of emergency brakes that will be applied to stop your progress. So let's be on the lookout, because timings are gonna be terrible in here. So we will get pretty much SIFA signal to be confirmed at the very same time, as well as our speed limit needs to be reduced. So far the aspects are green. So let's see, the next aspect is still green, but we are on a curve and we can't see too far ahead because of that train. We are approaching LZB zone and we should be approaching station. I will introduce brakes right now and I can see that aspect that I will have to confirm. Yeah, there we go, that's 80 speed limit. I have to confirm this one. Let's keep reducing our speed. I don't have much time. I can now release the brakes. I am below the threshold. Okay. Back to 80. Let's confirm SIFA. Perfect. We made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it. Another signal to confirm. Okay, this one's confirmed. We are now in 80 km per hour zone and we are approaching 100 km per hour speed limit restriction. We don't have to confirm this one because it's not below 100. We got 500 meters to go, so we can now reduce our speed to make that stop. We are here on time. As I mentioned, it's a pretty tricky stop. Oh, there we go, SIFA. We don't want emergency brakes to apply. Let's slow down a little bit more. Almost there. There we go, right on the spot. Let's open the doors. Again, we are slightly ahead of time. We managed to actually make the stop at the right place. I don't see the board, unfortunately. I believe that Dovetail forgot to put it. But there should be a halt board either between the tracks or on the platform. Unfortunately, it's not present in here. Or at least I can't see it. Anyway, here we are at Duran. Our next stop is gonna be much, much further away. Okay, let's lock the doors. There we go. Can now begin to move. We got 20 kilometers to go. Current speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. So let's set that on our cruise control. It should, yeah, it will soon go up to 100. It's probably at this signal. Yeah, there we go. Let's allow entire train length to fit. So at that board, we can increase our speed to 100. And roughly around 200 meters past that signal, we will be able to speed up to 160 again. No, that's SIFA. And we are now far enough, so we can speed up to 160 again. Because that's the track speed limit. Okay, so we have to cover 19 kilometers in less than 10 minutes. That's gonna be tough. But at a speed of 160, it shouldn't be too much of a challenge. Okay, just perfect. We are cruising at 160. Oh, that's Sifa. So, Horen is gonna be another tricky stop. Once again, the speed limit should drop to around 80 or even less than 80 kilometers per hour. And obviously we will have to work on our brakes, confirm Sifa, which will probably pop up right when we have to focus on something else. And we also have to confirm the signals that will tell us about the speed limits, because that's how this route is constructed. Every time you drive a Talent 2, you will have to make those tricky stops. And they are tricky, believe it or not. It might look very easy when you watch the gameplay, but when you have to time it right and pay attention to everything, it gets a little bit harder. On top of that, yeah, for me another distraction is making a commentary, which might not be super active this time, because, well, whenever I get really focused on something, I become a bit silent, and perhaps that's my mistake. But that's what you get when you focus on something. Okay, 120 applies to the track to my right, so I don't have to worry about that speed limit. Ooh, yeah, my biggest worry right now is Sifa and confirmations of such. We got 12 kilometers to go and about 6 minutes to do so. So we're gonna be very tight on schedule. Especially that, yeah, it doesn't seem to be going down. Okay, that's Sifa again. Well, still at 11. Okay, 10 kilometers in about 5 minutes. Yeah, we will have 5 minutes to cover 10 kilometers. That's very tight schedule, I have to admit. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it. We should be able to, providing that the tracks will be clear for entire journey. We should have no problems whatsoever to cover that distance on time. Oh, there we go, Sifa. .7 kilometers. Okay, we are doing great so far, and hopefully we'll be able to keep that up. 6.9. Oh, there we go. Sifa again. Okay, so far so good. .9 kilometers to go. We are getting very close. We got roughly 3 minutes to go. Let's confirm Sifa. Still green aspects. So we can carry on, but we need to be ready to slow down. Unfortunately, I can't see the signal just yet. Visibility is very low. Okay, it's still green aspect. No speed limit restrictions. It's gonna be really tough to slow down. Another green aspect, no speed limit restrictions. 3.5 kilometers. .8, and I can see speed limit restriction. Okay, we don't have to confirm this one, but the one that we are approaching needs to be confirmed. No, it doesn't have to be confirmed. It's only 100. So let's set our speed to 100. 1.5 kilometers away. We've still got plenty of time. Let's confirm CFA. We are in 100 km per hour zone. Okay. We can start slowing down to make sure that we are going to fit within the platform. It's very easy to overshoot in here. Okay, we are doing very good. We got plenty of time, so we don't need to rush. So let's make sure that we will stop at the right spot. Just perfect, is it? Let's pull in a little bit closer. We still got plenty of time. Perfect. Let's open the doors. Let's reset the controls and, well, we made it. Whew, we made it. It was pretty stressful to make that stop. It definitely looks much easier to do than it is. But obviously it all requires some practice. If you learn how to gradually reduce your speed and bring your train to a stop at the right spot, it gets easier over time. Okay, we are almost ready. Right, we may now shut the doors. Perfect. Ten seconds until departure. 5 seconds, so we can actually begin to move. Let's set our speed to 100. We are getting close to Köln. The next stop is Köln Ehrenfeld or Ehrenfeld. And we have to go through 15 kilometers of tracks. Let's confirm CFA. Okay, almost there. Now we can actually speed up to 160 again, since we are back on the main line. And that's the current speed limit. 14 kilometers to go. Let's confirm confirm SIFA. Let's be on the lookout, because that's the spot where speed limits will start to decrease. And we don't want to overshoot. Okay, let's confirm SIFA. Kilometers to go. Okay, speed limit is gonna... No, it's not for our truck. Okay, okay. We can still carry on. But I'm sure that the speed limit is going to drop. Okay. The truck to my right has 120 speed limit right now. I can carry on though. At full 160. 9.4 kilometers to go and about 5 minutes. Okay, let's confirm SIFA. So far, so good. That's SIFA again. Okay, once more, we shall confirm SIFA. We should be approaching speed limit restriction really soon. .7. So far the signals are green, but I can now expect to be requested to slow down at any point. .7. .4. Okay, that might be a high-speed station. I will now reduce my speed to make sure that I can make that stop. Okay, let's release the brakes. I might have slowed down a little bit too much. Yeah, that was probably a little bit too much. I got 1 minute and 2 kilometers to go. I shall approach the station at 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, the speed limit will drop to 140. But I don't have to worry about that just yet. Let's confirm SIFA and let's make that stop. Okay, yeah, we will probably be slightly late. Not a big deal. It's better to be late than sorry. Speed limit will go down to 120. Let's confirm SIFA. Yeah, it's just few seconds late. Not a big deal. Okay. It's gonna be a very tight platform. Okay, SIFA is again attacking me. Let's make that gradual stop. Perfect. Okay. Let's reset the controls. And as we are departing, or as we depart, we need to be ready to immediately confirm the speed limit restriction that is right in front of us. If we forget to do that, obviously PZB is going to bring the train to a complete stop. And from now on, we will be proceeding at a reduced speed. We will begin at 70 kilometers per hour and then gradually we will reduce the speed to 40 and bring the train to a stop at Köln station, which is going to be our next stop. We will arrive slightly delayed by just a few seconds. As you can see, we are already delayed and we are still performing a stop at previous station, but that's not a big deal. Let's set our cruise control to 70. There we go. We have to confirm that speed limit. There we go. PZB kicked in. We will speed up to 70. Speed limit will drop to 60. So let's make preparations for that. Okay, now it says 80. Let's confirm it. Even though it should apply to the track to the left. Well, we're talking about Dovetail and they probably forgot to put a sign in. Especially that all the speed limits in this area are dropping down to 80. Okay. Now the speed limit goes down to 70, as it was supposed to. I am doing 60, so I'm slightly slower than I'm supposed to be. But again, we are talking about Dovetail. You can never expect that everything will work perfectly fine. Okay, and the next speed limit restriction will be 60. Let's confirm that. Perfect. .6 kilometers to go. Speed limit will drop down to 40 really soon. Okay, we are in 60 speed limit zone. And we shall continue with the restriction of 40. Let's confirm it. And let's slow down to 40. Perfect. And now all we have to do is to pull into the platform and make sure to confirm any further signals that we will encounter. It is very important. If you fail to confirm one of the signals, you will make a stop of shame. A little bit sooner than you are supposed to. 800 meters to go. We shall carry on. There is no speed limit board, so we don't have to confirm this one. At least in theory. In practice, things might happen. Nope, they didn't. Okay, we are safe. Okay. We are pulling into the platform. Speed is relatively safe. We got 260 meters to go. And we should be able to stop at the right spot. And perhaps at the right time. .500 hertz. Perfect. 6 seconds late. Not bad, not bad. Doors are opened. Let's reset the controls. There we go. Brakes are engaged anyway. Since we opened the doors, the train will automatically engage braking force just to hold it. There we go. Here we are at Köln. Let's take a nice screenshot. Perfect. As soon as the passengers are loaded, and as soon as we close the doors, the scenario should end. Almost there. Let's lock the doors. Perfect. And let's have a look at the results. Okay, just as expected, a gold medal. We were right on the speed limits at the right times. Just look at the graph. Perfect. Yeah, we actually slowed down a little bit sooner than expected at the end. But not a big deal. Signals and signs were very confusing, especially providing that Dovetail has a tendency to apply wrong speed limits to wrong places. Although this is quite an old track, so obviously they might have patched some of the mistakes that they might have made. It looks pretty good from the graph. Yeah, we were at the speed limit for most of the time. Okay, apart from the last bit of the journey where speed limit for the trucks is going up to 250, although this train is never gonna be able to reach that speed. So 160 is the top speed that we can actually achieve with that train. At the very end, we were at the speed limits, just perfect. Yeah, from the graph, it looks pretty good. When it comes to stop accuracies, well, every single time we managed to stop within 10 meters away from our targets. When it comes to our schedule, we kept ourselves mostly at the right schedule. At the very end, last 2 stops were exactly on time. Remaining, well, yeah, the other ones, yeah, we managed to actually arrive a little bit sooner. So it wasn't that tough when it comes to schedules, but obviously controlling your speed is a key to success in here. And it's not as easy as it looks like. When you get your hands on that train, turn on SIFA and PZB, you will quickly notice that it's sometimes not as easy to feel the brakes as it might look from the video. And I'm not perfect in doing so. I made plenty of mistakes, and I could probably make some extra time out of my mistakes, but well, I'm still learning, so there are still things to improve. I'm definitely feeling much more confident with SIFA and PZB, although PZB sometimes is giving me a pain, I'm not gonna lie. But it's all about doing multiple things at the same time and fighting with keyboard controls mostly. Because they are spread out all over the place, so you have to actually do multiple things at the same time sometimes, or you have to time things correctly. If you don't, well, then you might end up being stopped by PZB. But we did great. In that run, we did fairly great, so I'm happy with the results. And guys, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I look forward to hear from you which routes and which particular activities you would like me to cover. And I'm more than happy to give them a shot, try and beat them, and show it to you on the video. Obviously, I will probably take a few tries because I'm going to be featuring successful runs, not the unsuccessful ones, and I will probably make a few mistakes, but hopefully the eventual research that I will do to make sure that you can complete that activity will be helpful, and you will be able to complete your desired route or trip with the best score possible. Obviously, there are fields to improve even for me and, well, for everyone else who is playing this game. But, well, let's give it a shot. So, if you want any particular route or activity to be featured, leave the comment down below the video, and I will try to do it as long as I have relevant DLCs to obviously do so. If I don't, well, I will feature something else, or I will choose some other proposals if there will be multiple ones. So yeah, feel free to leave the comments down below. Also, if you are new to the channel, well, why not subscribe? It's definitely gonna help my channel grow, and it's gonna allow you to turn on the bell. That will help you to not miss any of my content. Have a great day, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye bye.